Hello, my friends. Welcome to Voice of English. Before you do anything else today, before you feel nervous, before you tell yourself, I can't speak English, take a deep breath and listen carefully. This moment is for you. There is a person just like you. This person understands English. He reads English. He watches English videos. But when it is time to speak, his voice becomes weak. His heart beats fast. His mind goes blank. He knows the words, but fear stands in front of his mouth. What if I make a mistake? What if people laugh? What if my English sounds bad? So he stays silent. Every day he promises himself, tomorrow I will speak. But tomorrow comes, and he is silent again. Maybe this person is you. You are not alone. Millions of people around the world feel the same fear. This fear is not because you are stupid. It is not because you are bad at English. It is because you care too much about being perfect. But let me tell you something important. Confidence does not come first. Speaking comes first. No one is born speaking English well. Every confident speaker you see today was once afraid. They once made mistakes. They once felt embarrassed. But they spoke anyway. Fear is normal. Silence is the real problem. You don't need perfect grammar to speak. You don't need a big vocabulary. You don't need a strong accent. You only need one thing, the courage to start. In this story, you will learn how to speak English naturally. You will learn how to speak calmly. And step by step, you will build real confidence. Not tomorrow. Not someday. You start now. Hello, my friends. Let us talk honestly now. Many English learners study for years. They learn grammar rules, they memorize long word lists, they pass exams. But when they speak, something feels wrong. Their English sounds hard, slow, unnatural. Why does this happen? The real problem is not your intelligence. The real problem is not your effort. The real problem is how you learn to speak. Most learners think in their own language first. They create a sentence in their mind. Then they translate it into English. This takes time. While you are translating, your confidence disappears. Your voice becomes quiet. Your face becomes tense. English is moving, but your mind is stuck. Another problem is grammar fear. You learned English like a school subject. You learned rules before using the language. So when you speak, your mind asks questions. Is this present or past? Is this correct grammar? Should I add S or not? While you think, the moment is gone. Native speakers do not do this. They do not think about grammar when they speak. Grammar is already inside them. They learned it through use, not rules. Natural English is not fancy English. It is simple English. But many learners try to sound smart. They use difficult words. They make long sentences. They speak like a book. Not like a human. Real people speak simply. Real people pause. Real people repeat themselves. Another big fear is silence. You think pauses are bad. You think silence means failure. So you rush your words. You panic. You speak too fast. This makes your English sound more unnatural. But pauses are normal. Native speakers pause all the time. They think while speaking. They breathe. They choose words calmly. Silence is not your enemy. Fear is. Mistakes are also not your enemy. Mistakes are part of fluency. Every fluent speaker made thousands of mistakes. They did not stop because of them. They continued. Speaking naturally is not a talent. It is a habit. You sound unnatural because you trained your mind to be careful, not comfortable. But habits can change. Stop trying to sound perfect. Start trying to sound real. Speak simply. Pause without fear. Make mistakes and move on. This is how natural English begins. Now it is time for an important change. This change is not about vocabulary. It is not about grammar books. It is about your mindset. Many learners are waiting. They say, I will speak when my English is perfect. I will speak when I know more words. I will speak when I stop making mistakes. But perfect English never comes. So they wait. And while they wait, confidence disappears. Waiting is dangerous, because English is not learned by waiting. English is learned by using. Think about a child. A child does not wait to speak perfectly. A child speaks with wrong words, wrong grammar, wrong pronunciation. But the child speaks every day. And slowly, without fear, the child becomes fluent. Children speak first. Correction comes later. But adults do the opposite. Adults want to be correct first. So they stay silent. Confidence does not come from study alone. Confidence comes from action. You can study English for 10 years, but if you don't speak, you will still feel afraid. You will still doubt yourself. Because confidence lives in experience, not in books. Every time you speak, something small changes inside you. The first time, your voice shakes. The second time, it shakes less. The third time, you feel a little stronger. This is how confidence grows. Quietly, slowly, naturally. Fear tells you, don't speak. Curiosity asks, what happens if I try? Choose curiosity. Instead of thinking, what if I make a mistake? Ask, what if I learn something today? You don't need long sentences. You don't need beautiful words. Short sentences are powerful. I like this. I don't understand. Can you help me? This is real English. Fluency is not fast speaking. Fluency is comfortable speaking. And comfort comes from repetition. The more you speak, the more normal English feels. The more normal it feels, the less fear you have. And one day, you will notice something beautiful. You are speaking without thinking so much. That is fluency. Here's a simple lesson to remember. Say what you know, not what you wish you knew. Don't search for perfect words. Use the words you have now. Your English will grow while you use it. Mistakes will happen. Let them happen. Mistakes mean you are moving. Silence means you are stuck. Fluency comes after speaking, not before. So speak today. Speak simply. Speak bravely. Your confidence is waiting on the other side of action. Now let us change how you learn English. Many people learn English in an unnatural way. They study lists of words. They memorize rules. They try to remember everything. Their head becomes full, but their mouth stays quiet. This is not how language is meant to live. Language is not a school subject. Language is part of daily life. Think about how you learned your first language. Nobody gave you grammar books. Nobody explained rules. You listened, you copied, you repeated. Slowly, words became sentences. Sentences became habits. English works the same way. Natural English is learned through use, not pressure. Stop learning single words. Start learning phrases. Native speakers do not think in single words. They think in small groups of words. Nice to meet you. Let me think. I'm not sure. That makes sense. These phrases are ready to use. When you learn phrases, your speaking becomes faster and more natural. Listening is also very important. Your ears learn before your mouth. Listen to real English every day, not textbook English. Real English, stories, simple conversations, calm voices. When you listen, don't worry about understanding every word. Relax, let English flow into you. Listen again and again. Repetition is powerful. When you hear the same sentence many times, your brain starts to remember it naturally. One day, you will say it without thinking. This is how fluency is born. Now, speak out loud. Many learners only learn in their head, but English lives in your voice. Speak when you are alone. Speak in the mirror. Speak while walking. Speak softly if you want. Your mouth needs training, just like your mind. Don't rush. Natural English is slow and clear. Native speakers do not speak fast all the time. They change speed. They pause. They breathe. English is not math. English is music. Listen to the rhythm. Listen to the stress. Listen to the pauses. Copy them. You don't need a perfect accent. You need a comfortable voice. Another important habit is daily practice. Not long practice. Simple practice. 5 minutes every day is better than 1 hour once a week. Small daily contact keeps English alive in your mind. Make English part of your life. Talk about what you see. Talk about what you feel. Talk about what you are doing. I'm making tea. I'm feeling tired. Today is a quiet day. This is natural English. Learning English naturally means removing pressure. It means allowing mistakes. It means enjoying the process. When learning feels human, speaking becomes human. Remember this: if you listen naturally, if you repeat patiently, if you speak daily, English will stop feeling foreign. It will start feeling familiar. And when English feels familiar, confidence grows quietly inside you. Now let us talk about confidence. Confidence is not something you suddenly get one day. It does not appear after one good conversation. Confidence is built slowly, step by step, like a quiet habit. Many learners think confidence means speaking loudly and perfectly. But real confidence is calm. It is feeling comfortable with your own voice, even when your English is not perfect. Confidence begins in private. Before you speak confidently with others, you must speak confidently with yourself. Start by talking to yourself in English. Do it every day. Talk about simple things, what you are doing, what you are thinking, what you are feeling. I'm getting ready. I feel a little tired today. I need to focus. These small sentences train your mind to think in English. When English becomes part of your thoughts, speaking becomes easier. Another powerful habit is mirror speaking. Stand in front of a mirror. Look at your face. Speak slowly. Smile if you want. At first, it may feel strange, but this practice removes fear. You get used to hearing your own English voice. Your voice becomes familiar. Familiar means safe. Recording your voice is also helpful. Record 1 minute of speaking. Listen to it later. Do not judge yourself harshly. Just notice improvement. Tomorrow, record again. After a week, listen to the first recording. You will hear progress. Confidence grows when you see proof. Do not wait for big success. Celebrate small wins. Did you speak for 1 minute today? That is a win. Did you express one idea clearly? That is a win. Did you speak without stopping because of fear? That is a big win. Small wins build strong confidence. Practice in safe places first. You do not need to speak perfectly in public at the beginning. Speak with yourself. Speak with a friend. Speak in a quiet environment. When you feel ready, slowly move to harder situations. Confidence grows in safe soil. Be patient with yourself. Some days will feel easy. Some days will feel hard. This is normal. Progress is not a straight line. Sometimes you move fast, sometimes you feel stuck. But if you continue, growth is happening quietly. Remember this important truth. You don't become confident and then speak. You speak, and then you become confident. Every time you open your mouth, you are training courage. Every sentence you say is a step forward. Your English does not need to be perfect to be powerful. A calm voice, clear ideas, honest effort. This is confidence. Build it step by step. Build it every day. And one day, you will speak English without fear, and you may not even notice when it happened. Now let us talk about mistakes. For many English learners, mistakes are the biggest fear. One small error can stop your voice. One wrong word can make you silent. You feel embarrassed, you feel small, and you tell yourself, I should not speak. But this belief is hurting you. Mistakes are not your enemy. Fear is. Think about this for a moment. When you listen to someone speaking English, do you count their mistakes? Do you judge them for one wrong word? No. You listen to the message. You listen to the feeling. You try to understand. Other people do the same with you. Most people are not listening to your grammar. They are listening to your meaning. Native speakers also make mistakes. They say the wrong word. They stop and change sentences. They forget things. But they continue speaking. They do not punish themselves. Mistakes are part of real communication. Every mistake shows that you are trying. And trying is the only way to grow. Silence feels safe, but it is dangerous. When you stay silent, you learn nothing. You gain no experience. Fear becomes stronger. But when you speak, even with mistakes, something powerful happens. You survive. You realize the world does not end. People still understand you. Life continues. And fear becomes smaller. This is how courage grows. Choose communication over correctness. If your message is clear, your English is working. Grammar can be fixed later. Fluency cannot grow without speaking. Let your sentences be imperfect. Let your accent be natural. Let your English be human. Do not apologize for your English. You are learning. Learning is something to respect, not hide. Instead of thinking, I made a mistake, think, I learned something. Change your relationship with mistakes. Mistakes are teachers. They show you where to grow. They show you what to practice. Without mistakes, there is no improvement. Another important truth is this: people respect effort more than perfection. When you speak, even with errors, people see your courage. They feel your honesty. This creates connection. Fear tells you to be quiet. Growth tells you to speak. Every time you choose to speak, you weaken fear. Every sentence makes you stronger. Remember, fluent speakers are not people without mistakes. Fluent speakers are people who are not afraid of mistakes. So speak. Make mistakes. Learn. Move forward. Your voice matters more than your grammar. Now we come to the end of this journey. But this is not the end of your English. This is the beginning of your new identity. You are no longer the person who understands English but stays silent. You are no longer waiting for perfect grammar or perfect confidence. You are becoming someone who speaks, even when the voice is calm, even when the sentences are simple. This change did not happen in one moment. It happened quietly, step by step, sentence by sentence. One day you spoke even though you felt nervous. Another day you spoke without thinking too much. And one day you spoke and felt normal. That is real progress. English is no longer a test. It is no longer a fear. It is now a tool to share ideas, a tool to connect with people, a tool to open doors. You begin to trust yourself. You trust your voice. You trust your words. You trust that mistakes will not stop you. Your English may not be perfect, but it is real, and real English is powerful. You understand now that confidence is not loud. Confidence is calm. It is speaking without rushing. It is pausing without fear. It is knowing that you belong in the conversation. English is now part of your daily life. You think in English sometimes. You speak English naturally. You listen without stress. This is your new normal. Remember this feeling. On difficult days when fear comes back, remind yourself how far you have come. Growth is not always visible, but it is always happening when you continue. Keep practicing. Speak a little every day with security. Listen with patience. Repeat without pressure. You don't need motivation. You need consistency. You don't need permission to speak. You already have the right. Your accent tells your story. Your mistakes show your courage. Your voice carries your confidence. This is not about becoming someone else. This is about becoming more of yourself. So continue. Speak English when it feels easy. Speak English when it feels hard. Speak English even when you feel unsure. Because every time you speak, you strengthen your new identity. You are an English speaker now, and this time you believe it. Welcome to your new voice. Welcome to Voice of English.